A motorcycle without a good road is like 51 card solitaire. It's still mostly the same, but something pretty crucial is missing. You simply can't compare sitting on a highway or cruising through city streets with the feel of open country and winding roads. The best motorcycle roads are rarely straight, often remote, and preferably free of traffic. Almost by definition, this means they're obscure and unassuming upon first glance, known only to those who already know them. So what you need is an insider, someone who's clued in and can show you the way. Over the past year, I've been going on regular rides with Tyfri Motorcycle Club in Stockholm. They're a Christian MC, but welcome people from all walks of life to ride with them every Wednesday, weather permitting, during the motorcycle season. They've already shown me plenty of stellar roads, and today is going to be no exception. The plan was to meet up at a plaza in southern Stockholm, and then ride together to a small cafe out in the countryside. Today's the first group ride of the season, and the first time I've seen these guys since last fall. We're all excited to kick things off. Riding as a group in the city is always a little tricky. There's traffic lights and other vehicles, and it's easy to get separated. It happened almost immediately today. Once through the roundabout, I was 2 cars behind the front of the pack. No big deal, but we still prepare for this sort of thing if the gap happens to grow. We always discuss where we're going ahead of time, and we'd arranged for a spot along the way where we could regroup if someone fell far behind. Luckily, me and 2 more bikes in the rear soon managed to close the gap, and after that, we remained together as we left the city. Some 20 or 30 minutes later, we departed from the main road, and the fun began in earnest. Our route took us to Slingerbulten, a famous driving road popular with both bikers and sports cars alike. The only real downside to Slingerbulten is its popularity. Everyone knows about it, and the cafe, which sits at one of the road's endpoints, has become a hangout for bikers. On summer weekends, you may see 50 or 60 of them parked at any one time. In addition to cars and bikes, local industry means a lot of trucks pass through as well. And with many obstructed corners and sharp bends, safe overtaking is limited to only a few places. Don't get me wrong, it's a really good road, but those issues hold it back from being one of the very best. As we passed the cafe, even at 20 minutes to 8, there were quite a few bikers still there. This wasn't our destination, however. We were heading a little farther afield, to another cafe I'd never visited before. Now, I've passed through here many times before, but I've never taken this left turn. After all, this road is so unassuming and obscure. What could possibly be hiding here that's worth seeing? Gorgeous, flowing bends. No traffic. Visibility for miles. There's no other way to put it. It was an unbelievable road. Finally, after an exhilarating ride, we arrived at the cafe. Unfortunately, we forgot to check if it was open. After a quick poke around, it was closed, which meant getting back on the bikes again and backtracking to Slingerbulten's Café Rosenhill. And when we arrived at the other cafe, it was closed too. Luckily, the owner was still there and kindly offered to let us buy some coffee and sit down outside. He actually offered to let us inside too, but we didn't want to be a nuisance and we were happy enough to stay where we were. And with that happy ending, our first group ride of the year is over. I can't wait for the next one.